For the 2016 AL MVP is Jose Altuve of the Astros. This former table setter became a slugger in 2016, mashing 24 homers, driving in 96 to go along with over 200 hits and 30 stolen bases. He also won his second AL batting title with a .338 average. Red Sox right fielder Mookie Betts is a finalist after finishing second in the AL in average runs scored and hits. Speaking of hits, his 214 are tied for the third most in Red Sox single-season history. Only Wade Boggs in 1985 and Tris Speaker in 1912 had more. Betts also had an MLB best 32 defensive runs saved. We've seen this guy on this show before. Mike Trout was just one home run shy of becoming the first player in MLB history to have two 30-30 seasons before his age 25 season. He led the American League in wins above replacement in each of the last 5 seasons. Remarkable. Mike Trout, along with Mookie Betts and Jose Altuve. You are 3 finalists for American League Most Valuable Player. Who do you think, Tom Verducci, is the front runner?
Well, one of those guys went to the playoffs, Mookie Betts. And I think that's why he's the front runner, besides being, I call him, pound for pound, the best hitter in baseball. He's like a boxer. He's got the fastest hands in baseball. I want to show you the way this guy owns the inside part of the plate. Dylan Bundy's going to miss with location here. You cannot miss in on Mookie Betts. Now, I highlighted the inside corner, but I also highlighted that red area inside, where that's typically a safety zone for pitchers, not against Mookie Betts. Hit .346 in that green lane and that red lane. That red lane, again, is a no-fly zone for pitchers. He covers the inside part of the plate better than anybody in baseball because of how fast his hands are. This is 95 up and in. Who turns around 95 up and in? I'll tell you who, Mookie Betts. Listen, he was that good. I think he's an impact player. I haven't even talked about his defense, which I think is above average in right field, the toughest right field in baseball in Fenway Park. This guy's going to be tough to beat. I know Mr. Trout, you kind of pencil him in every year, first or second. I think Mookie Betts is going to be your favorite in a very close vote.
Should we hold against Mike Trout that his team did not come close to making the postseason?
Well, I like guys that get in the postseason. But I think we're starting to see with the voters, that's changing a little bit. That's why I think Mike Trout will win. I really do. I think you look at the numbers he's put up, but also the ability and the consistency. But I think with the new numbers, and you mentioned something I can't even think about and fathom, is WAR. You know, with him up there and that status so important to so many of the writers now, I think that's going to be able to sneak him in a little bit. But there's no denying his ability and his talent. And this may be the guy that doesn't get punished by his team not being in the postseason. You know, so often, I say this a lot, if the guy's numbers are so overwhelming that you have to look at, even if his team gets in or out of the postseason, then he's got a chance to win this thing. But I think Mike Trout has really put up the numbers through the years, and that's going to play big for his votes in this.
But again, his team was not playing competitive baseball. If we care about that, Jose Altuve's team was. Down to the month of September, he was trying to drag his club to the postseason. And, Tom, he did not have an MVP candidate wingman. And what I mean by that, a guy that was having another big year. Mookie Betts had David Ortiz, right? Robinson Cano had Nelson Cruz. Manny Machado had Mark Trumbo, who guys think could be in this show. Jose Altuve was doing it kind of by himself there down the stretch.
That's a great point. That's why, to me, this vote is so fascinating. Trout, to me, clearly the best player. Betts maybe has the advantage of the postseason, but Altuve, as you mentioned, for a team that played meaningful baseball down to the last week of the season, didn't have impact years around him in the lineup. He was their go-to guy to get things done. So it depends on how much you weigh each category for each player, and there's no right or wrong answer.